Hey friends, Amy from Attainable Hospitality here. And now I just wanted to take a minute and talk about biblical hospitality or Christian hospitality or Christ-based hospitality, whatever you want to call it. But basically just hospitality. Because of God's love for us, we extend love to those around us. And there are several Bible verses that mention the word hospitality specifically. And I mean, there are tons of verses or commandments or anything that have to do with being kind to people and generous and just treating one another well. But I want to read a few of the Bible verses that mention hospitality specifically. So we have Romans 12:13, which says, "Share with the Lord's people who are in need, practice hospitality." Pretty cut and dry. And then again in Hebrews 13:2, it says, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." 1 Peter 4:9 says, "Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling." And 3 John 1:8 says, "We ought therefore to show hospitality to such people so that we may work together for the truth." And the such people that he was referring to were some fellow Christians. So obviously hospitality is important to God and was important to the apostles, and treating one another with kindness and generosity. I mean, it's common sense even from a secular standpoint, and then from a Christian standpoint even more so, because we should be full of Christ's love, for ourselves, and that should spill over to others. And I think it's a shame when we kind of forget that, and as Christians we're not seeking and drawing people out, or looking for people that we can extend that hospitality to. And like I mentioned before, there's so many lonely people in the world, Christians and non-Christians. I mean, just people. I've gone through seasons of loneliness, and it doesn't mean you don't have any friends or don't know anybody, but you can feel so alone in what you're going through. And having someone just notice you, having someone draw you out and just encourage you to share, or even just to get out of the house, and that just really goes a long way to lifting someone's spirits, or helping them feel that love that we should be extending. So I guess the point I'm trying to drive home here in this video is just hospitality. There's the dictionary definition, and then it's also in the Bible, where it tells us that we should be extending hospitality to others. And again, I just want to reiterate, the Bible verses and the dictionary, none of them say gotta go buy a house. None of them say gotta go clean that house. None of them say cook a bunch of food. Those are extra things that we put onto ourselves, and while they are good things, and we certainly should do them if we're able, that is not the hospitality. Those are just ways that we can approach hospitality. And when we don't have access to those things, or maybe we hate cooking, or maybe we hate cleaning, or whatever, maybe we live with another family and we don't even have like a home to invite someone to because it's not ours, that doesn't matter. We can still show hospitality to the people around us by how we approach them, and how we are kind, and just inviting them into our presence and saying, "Hey, I notice you, I see you, let's talk." Or sending a text message and just saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. How can I pray for you? How can I encourage you?" And just trying to engage people, and not just getting so stuck in our own world that we forget about the people that we're called to serve. And hospitality, it doesn't have anything to do with us. It's not about cooking the best food to show off. That's not hospitality. That's just bragging. It's not about having the biggest house, or the greatest deck to be on. It has nothing to do with us. We should use our talents and use our resources in order to serve others, but it should never be about getting glory for ourselves. It should only be, the focus should be about glorifying God and making the people that we're serving feel like they are loved by God, and therefore they are loved by us. So when we take ourselves out of the equation, I think it takes a lot of pressure off, because then our performance doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's not about what we can provide. It's more about being available to listen for the needs of others and just doing our best with what we do have, and not seeking some sort of affirmation or glory from it, but really just focusing on loving others with what we do have. So that's biblical Christian Christ-like hospitality.